and make you want me
Ready and
That should be the intro.
here I come.
I was just we had to pay for that.
Yeah.
Them really Nas really go get some money.
Right.
I wasn't saying his name on here.
Hey.
Yo, I'm super happy I made it, bro.
Yes, you did. We almost missed you today, Denver.
Whoa.
Lewis almost got in
Yeah,
instead of you. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? All right. Yep, we're live now. Hey, we're live. Pastor Juan is in the. Oh, I shouldn't be giving it away yet. Oh, they already know. They already know he's here.
Hey, my brother, could you do me a big favor and kind of push that a little bit?
Oh yeah, so he can see this as well too.
I appreciate you.
Here we go.
I'm gonna have to do something nice for you one of these
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, that
was good. I did it.
Got me knocking my headphones off. Damn.
Oh, that was good.
As you can see, I ain't all the way ready.
No.
I'm in here though. What's up, Mama? See you in
Mama Lucy's on here already.
Hours. What's up, Dustin?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
What's up?
Get a drink of this iced coffee.
All right.
Coffee.
I'm excited about today, Denver.
Me too, man. Me too.
We've got a solid guest.
Is it a real deal?
He's a real deal. He's a real deal. But I'm going to let you start off the show like we start off the show regular.
Go ahead and get it started. We got 3 people in here, I see. And one of them's in our
studio right now. Where's everybody at? Come on, this is not the show to miss, y'all.
I don't want to miss this.
All
Plus, we in here, man. Y'all want to see us.
You do want to see us. I mean, don't you want to see Denver's face? Look at that. Look at that handsome young man.
How did it?
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
Oh man.
Yo, Michael Ling. What's up, man?
What's up, Michael? Michael Ling is going to be in the building at Relevant Church this weekend. So if you have not made a decision whether you're going to go to church this weekend or not, I need you to make a decision right now. I know it's Monday. You are coming to church because Michael Ling is bringing the word. So
does that mean something for next week?
Yes. Oh, we're gonna leave that as a surprise. We're gonna leave that as a surprise. All right, get it started, Denver.
All right. Like we always do. Welcome back to season 4 of Pastors Unfiltered. I'm your host, Denver. In this episode,
you've never had a clap before.
He threw me off.
He's never had a clap before. That's dope.
I appreciate that, man. But all right, where am I? I'm your host, Denver. You ain't let me get my name out. Clap me up. All right, anyway, and this episode is being brought to you by Horse-ish, boots and Western wear, capturing the essence of horse-ish in every garment and boots. You can also order extra-ish for that overwhelming horse smell and always dope sauce. Don't look at me like that, Lou. You know what I'm talking about.
I did not.
Anyway, with me as always. My brother, my pastor, Pastor Mutai Mwenya of Relevant Church, Niles, Michigan.
What's up? I can't believe that was the sponsor today. Today, really, Denver?
Yeah, man. I'm checking my boundaries. See, so like on a big guess, if I go like right up to the edge and I survive, I know when it's not so big of a guess, I could go ham on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if Pastor Juan is still in the studio, then we are blessed.
He likes Western wear and boots and stuff.
He does. Very true. So check it out, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Pastors Unfiltered. It is the show where pastors get real and get unfiltered. Wait, what? Why are you looking at me like that, Louis?
I'm laughing at Mama Lucy's comment.
What? Oh, gosh. Mama Lucy. She says, I love horse smell. Wow, this is how this show is going to get started. Anyway, Pastors Unfiltered is an opportunity for pastors to get real and get unfiltered. Anything that is said today cannot be held over Relevant Church, LINC, and anything that our guest is affiliated to, especially not how John, what's your name again?
Wow.
Denver started the show. So our sponsor is unattached, unaffiliated. We just needed to pay the bills, y'all. That's it. We just needed to pay the bills.
I feel some kind of way.
No,
about
don't
that
feel some
right
type
there.
of way.
Like,
It's all
you've never
good.
forgotten my name ever.
I have never.
And my
forgot your
name is like no one else's. So
that's true, Colorado.
no, that's where we going.
Just messing with you. Come on, let's get our guest on here.
Hey, y'all remember last week? I believe it was last week. I was supposed to put him in a headlock.
See,
Going down.
why does the
tonight.
show always have to go violent at some point in time?
Because you coming there, man. Come, we got to come on. We got somebody good. My fault. I apologize, everybody out there in the intranet. Anyway, let's move along. We got somebody big back here. Y'all ready? Our special guest this evening, the president of LINC International Network of Churches, one and only, Pastor Juan Vereekan.
Come on. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you got a standing ovation.
You can't see it, Pastor Juan, but they stood up.
They stood up in the studio. They said, we're going to give honor to where honors due.
Hey, you got some good producers there. You got some wise producers there in the studio.
Yes, we give honor to where honors due.
They made me feel bad. I got my pajama pants on, so I couldn't stand up.
Get up.
I couldn't stand. I wanted to stand up too. They made me feel bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Pastor Juan, we are so excited to have you on Pastors Unfiltered. We know you are super busy. You are traveling all over the world. In fact, right now you are international. Shout out the city you're at.
Where you at? I'm international, but I'm at home. This is where I live.
This is where he lives.
I'm in Saltillo, Mexico. Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico.
That's dope.
It's really warm there, right?
No.
Wait,
Saltillo's desert and it's high. So average temperature in the winter times, 50 during the day, 30s at night. And we don't have heat here. So that's why I threw my coat on.
Oh my gosh.
I got a little electric heater here in the corner.
I can't even complain. Mexico. I can't complain now. Like,
this is Mexico. This third world, man.
But listen, I'm good. He said 50 degrees in the daytime. I'll take it.
No,
I will take it.
He has 30 at night, no heater. No heaters, bro. Y'all outside by the fire just. Why do I do it? Why do I do it?
Oh, Pastor Juan, so thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Juan Vereekan, Johnny Vereekan, a.k.a. JV. JV. So
that's it.
We've got a bunch of questions here for you tonight. Denver, did you see the whole list that I sent you?
I got that.
Awesome.
So
very cool.
You don't want me to go.
Hey guys, well, it's awesome to be on with you. Love the intro. Love your sponsor. Yes, I do love Western wear.
I knew it.
I have boots, and this week,
yes,
I've got on my list to go buy me another cowboy sombrero. So, hey,
they sell them too.
Okay,
I didn't say it, but they sell them too.
Huh? Mr. Danger. Who's Mr. Danger? Who's on here? Mr. Danger. Mr. Danger. Is that what you're called? Roberto Bautista said Mr. Danger.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm gonna
tell us the story.
Okay, this is a story. Roberto is my right-hand man. I had no idea that he knew I was going to be on. Anyways, Roberto's from Venezuela. He moved to Mexico. We've worked side by side for 15 or more years.
That's incredible.
But the Venezuelans, of course, you know, Venezuela is a communist country, and Hugo Chavez and the whole thing. Well, one day Hugo Chavez was given a speech in the United Nations. And he, I believe it was Hugo Chavez or it was Fidel Castro, one or the other, but I think it was Hugo Chavez. And he called George Bush, of course, imperialism, and he called George Bush Mr. Danger. And so all my guys, starting with Roberto and Alejandro and all the Venezuelans, whenever we get in a discussion, they're like, "Look out, Mr. Danger."
Was that when he got the shoe thrown at him?
Oh, geez.
Is that when it went down?
Definitely not.
That's funny because he brought up President Bush. I always think, I can't remember the song, but it's there's an intro. No, it's in the middle of the song where they're singing, J. Cole, and he says, fool me once, you can't fool me again, but let a fool man be a fool.
Is that what George Bush said?
That's how it went. And like he did that in a real
a song.
No,
and real interesting.
No, like in a real
interview.
In a discourse.
Yes. Standing up at the thing.
Nice.
Crazy.
So Pastor Juan, we've got Denver. Can I ask the first question tonight? Because there's one that's been. You. So Denver is that this is his brainchild of getting pastors together and just saying, hey, there's people who want to ask real questions to pastors, and they want real answers. They don't want the church political answer. So we just want the pastor to be unfiltered. So
love it. Hey, so can I add a writer?
Please do.
Please do. So Munta, you know me as a pastor, as you all introduced me as the president of LINC.
Correct.
And but in Mexico, I planted a church in Saltillo, Mexico, in this city about 15, 18 years ago. Out of this church, we planted another church, Monterrey. Wow. Roberto was the one that planted the church from there, Mexico City. And we have a network of churches here in Mexico also. But I am actually not hands-on pastoring at this point. I've turned over all my churches to our campus pastors. Roberto leads those campus pastors, and I lead him. I'm dedicating my time to I work side by side with John Maxwell. Most pastors that would be listening to us have either read or John or listen.
They might know him. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be like a very popular name, but they might know him. Denver, have you ever heard of a guy named John Maxwell?
I might have. In passing, maybe.
So I work side by side. Matter of fact, today we were on a call together, and I was translating for him, a mentoring call. But so everything I do right now is in the Maxwell world. I'm building the Spanish platform for the Maxwell world. So I do a lot of work with countries, business people, different streams of influence, education, health, sports, business, government, etc. So I do a lot of work outside the church also. Yeah. So my answers may be a little outside the box for pastors, but my leadership lens and my lens is, as far as the church is maybe just a little bit outside the norm. So I wanted to give you that little rider just in case somebody thinks, who in the heck is this cat they got on here today?
Right. So, all right. So let's ask you this question, and it has everything to do with how we started. You are in, what's the name of the state again? Saltillo. I was going to say Chula Vista. Why was I going to say Chula Vista? I don't know why.
That sounds like a trailer park.
Oh, gosh. Denver.
Why are you disrespecting this fine gentleman?
I'm going to get to the question.
Chula Vista.
So, English is your first language.
It is.
So, English is your first language. Did you get given? This is a question that really came in. So, how did you get Juan as your name? And is your name really John or is it Juan? What do you really go by?
Okay, the answer is a little bigger than that. English is my first language. I learned Spanish when I was 20. I'm 57. I've been speaking Spanish for 35 years. Today, I probably spoke 8 hours, mentoring sessions, Zoom calls, etc., in Spanish. So I forget English. That was part of my rider that I forget. Yes. So every now and then, if I start saying something and I kind of spit and sputter, I'm trying to think what I want to say in English because I actually think in Spanish. So because of that,
that's great.
Living in Latin America for 37 years, I am known as Juan. So if anybody wants to look me up, don't look up John Vereekan, look up Juan Vereekan, and you will find Instagram, my YouTube channel, you'll find Facebook. I do the John Maxwell Leadership podcast by Juan Vereekan. In other words, in Spanish, El Podcast de Liderazgo de John Maxwell por Juan Vereekan. And we just passed 1 million downloads, so we're rocking.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
So because of that, I'm known as Juan. Because all the work that I do is mostly in Latin America, I'm known as Juan. Or Maxwell calls me JV. And so because I'm on stage with him a lot, and thousands of people would be watching us or attending events or whatever, and he always calls me JV. So everybody, so JV is another name I go by. My name is actually John Michael Vereekan.
Wow, that is not a Latin name at all.
No.
But when you change it to Juan, I will say I tried to do a little research on you today, and it was very difficult because I can't read Spanish.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
All of the search results were coming back in Spanish.
In Spanish. Everything was in Spanish. I mean, I could tell you had a podcast, but that's where it stopped.
There it is. He's like, I give up.
Which you do have a very nice podcasting studio, I will say. I did know.
Thank you. I was going to go there. It's just down the block, and I was going to run down there, but I ran home, had a long day, ran home, jumped on my elliptical downstairs for an hour, and I jumped in the shower, and I thought, I don't have time. I better get on.
That is I love that.
So I'm at home.
Very cool. So you're running a Peloton? Are you doing the Peloton?
No,
are you on the Peloton craze?
No, I know what that is, but no, I just like elliptical. I don't want anybody yelling at me, screaming at me, telling me what to do. I got that. I got plenty of that.
I do that on my own. So before Denver asks the next question, which is funny because you already answered the question that was going to follow up to that, is somebody asked, so since English was your first language, do you think or dream in English or Spanish? So you already answered that question. You think in Spanish. That's awesome.
Spanish.
Very cool.
Yeah, Muta, you've been in well, Denver also. You've been in different conferences that I've done, and if I haven't been in the United States for over a week, I really sputter. I sputter. Wow. Now in conversation like this, I do better. But when I start speaking, because I speak so much in Spanish, my mind goes to Spanish.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Do you speak? Muta, do you speak Spanish? You said Chula Vista pretty good.
No, I think it's because I travel to California a lot, and I think that's probably why I was thinking Chula Vista. I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah, that's what it is. There's a spot in Denver. Don't laugh at me. In Southern California, where I believe Chula Vista exists. I hang out in Riverside a whole lot. Part of the month I spend in Riverside, California, and so I mean I'm surrounded by like Chula Vista and all these different areas. And so I think that's what I was thinking.
There's a Chula Vista on the lake down the street in New Buffalo.
Is it really?
There is now.
Do you know what Chula Vista means?
I hope I didn't say anything wrong.
Chula means like beautiful. Vista is sight. Beautiful. It's a beautiful sight.
Beautiful. See, that's why I said Chula Vista, because I'm looking at you and you're a beautiful sight.
Chula Vista.
JB. Chula Vista, JB.
Wow.
All right, go Denver.
I had a lot for that, but I probably can't even say it on here.
If you think this mug is a Chula Vista, you're something wrong.
Michael LINC said California is not Mexico. I get it, Michael. I get it.
Though.
I get it.
Closer than where we at. I'll say that. Anyway, let's move right along before I get myself in trouble.
Yes, sir.
First question from me. What is, we'll go back in time a little bit. What is one of the biggest mistakes you've made in ministry?
Ooh. We went deep quick.
Wow, went deep.
Like you just went like, woo!
Hey, that's what they want. That's what the people want.
And I'm thinking, have I made a mistake in ministry?
Come on, this is a confident man. He knows his position with the Lord.
I would have to say, my guys would put it this way. Now I am thinking in Spanish and I'm trying to think of it in English. Sobre simplificando. I have a tendency to oversimplify everything. So when I cast vision, I oversimplify things. So I have recruited team, and it's not that I don't put the bar high. I ask for a large commitment, but because I oversimplify, I make everything sound so easy. Once we get into the grind and the battles, a lot of my people weren't expecting that. And I'm talking about early in ministry. Because now in ministry, the guys I have around me have been around me for over 15, 20 years. But I would say a big mistake that I made was to not be careful and oversimplify everything. Planning a church, oversimplifying pastoring the church, oversimplifying challenges in ministry. And I'm kind of a bulldog. I'm just a wild missionary. And so, and so the majority of people would just accept what I said at face value. And then when we got into the battles and the situations that you confront in ministry and the different things that happen, everybody was like, what the world? You didn't tell us this.
You didn't prep us for this one.
No. So, and that's still a challenge. I still have to, I am very careful when I have meetings. Matter of fact, my guys, Roberto was one of those guys that had said, we don't want you having meetings alone with people because we have to tell, and they would tell people, because we have to tell people the truth. I'm like,
oh, man.
The truth? What are you talking about? I said, like, you tell people the truth, but you filter it through your filter.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and it just doesn't relay the way it needs to be relayed. So I seldom talk to anybody that I'm recruiting, casting vision to alone. Wow. I've got people around me that help fill in the blanks that I leave.
Well, I'll tell you what, you lead very well at LINC. And when you cast a vision, it is incredibly compelling. So we've all sat in the room while you're up there sharing, and you have a way with words, you've got a way to capture our hearts. So we love it. We love it. So keep simplifying it for us, because we like that part.
I would like to know though, like in those moments, how would you pivot to bring your team back? Because, in some of those moments like that, you lose team members mentally. So how do you pivot in those moments to like dial everybody back in and really cast your vision to them?
Well, I would say the key has been, Denver, to have good people around me, because we all have strengths, and those strengths create our biggest weaknesses. And I do have a strength. It's part of, I believe, the leadership gift that God gave me, a strength of casting vision, and that people want to run, identify with that vision and want to run together with that vision. So what I have to do is complement my leadership with people, with the weaknesses in my leadership, with people that have strengths in that. I'm in the process right now of recruiting a person that I need to take my place in a position with Maxwell, because I'm building out the whole Maxwell enterprise in Spanish. And so a lot of what I do, I need a person to take that place. So I had a person recruited, and my executive director said, hold on, I need to talk to him.
Right.
So
we need to tell them the truth.
Exactly. So he talked to him and said, let me tell you exactly what your responsibilities will be. Well, after that conversation, the person that I was recruiting said, give me a week to talk to my wife and to pray about it again.
Oh, man. Man.
But it's really got to do with the people around us, because we complement each other. I can't pretend that I don't have that weakness. It's a huge weakness. The good thing, at one time I was blind to it. Now I understand that, and I don't think I'm going to get any better. Yeah. I'm not going to deceive anybody. And my guys now are like, you just work on simplifying everything. So they'll bring complicated situations. They say, okay, you're going to help us with this because you do this really well. So I'll help them with that. And then they help me on this end to not oversimplify. And when I have done that, they get it back on track, bring the team together. Guys, if you thought this was going to be easy, if Jamie told you it's going to be easy, you'll forget it.
Just think about easy times 1,000.
Times 1,000.
Yeah, times 1,000 hard. All right, what's up? What else we got?
What's the craziest place you've ever ministered in?
Oh,
Hey guys, I am a missionary. I've been in crazy places and had wild things happen. But I'll tell you a funny story of a crazy place. Of course, my wife and I lived in the mountains of Mexico. We're in Saltillo now, but when we first came to Mexico, we moved to the mountains of Mexico and worked within some Indian groups. And I worked there for years. We'd walk 5-10 hours up in the mountains or by horseback and go to places and plant churches. I worked with an Indian man that got saved in 1935. He was 20. He was born in 1921.
Wow.
And he didn't know how to read and write. God supernaturally taught him to read and write. And he had started over 150 churches. So I started serving him, learning from him. And we
we got to celebrate that.
Venancio, that's my mentor, Venancio. I wish I was in my office. I have a picture of him in my office. I don't have one here. Just an incredible man. He's been with the Lord now for years and years and years. But I would work all over the mountain. So after that, moved back to Guadalajara, Mexico, started Bible training centers and was doing other things. And I at that time, when I would receive invitations, if it had to do with that area, I would almost always make the effort to go and to serve them and to bless them. Just real humble Indian people. And anyways, I received the invitation to go to do a conference. They were going to bring a bunch of people in from other churches. And I made the mistake. I was busy, made the mistake of not asking what it was before I was committed.
Oh man!
So I'm committed, and all of a sudden, I start getting the picture of what this is. Now, let's see. How do you say? What do you call that thing? That the instrument you shake and you
like a tambourine.
Tambourine. Yeah. So this was a women's tambourine conference. In other words,
what?
In other words, it does up in the mountains of Mexico. In other words, every church would have these ladies, young ladies. Most of the time, they were young girls that would have these routines. So when the worship was on, these ladies would have their tambourine and they'd be doing dance and they'd be doing all this stuff and this and that. Well, they decided they're going to bring a conference together and they were going to do. It wasn't a competition. There wasn't like first place, second place. That they were going to do their routines,
like showcases.
They're going to showcase the tambourine, and these tambourines had long strings to them or plastic things on them, but long. So, long story short, guys, I was committed. It's like it was like that. I will never, ever, ever do that again. James, I love you.
Yes, sir. We got Pastor James in the building. Can we clap it up for Pastor James real quick? James Sonic, Victory Life Church.
Now that guy's the master pastor. I'm just the nutcase. That guy's the master pastor. So anyways, I went to the thing and it's packed out. I'm the only man in the place. It's all women. And so I'm scared to death already. And then they start the thing and it's packed out. So they put me right up in the front and these girls are showcasing their things. Well, they've got these long, they're like plastic string things of colors to make, and they're doing the routine. Well, I'm up front. They're whipping me. I'm getting hit with these things because they're oblivious. They're just doing their routines and they're worshiping God and whatever in their own way. And I remember standing there in that front row thinking, I cannot believe that this is happening. But I was there. I shared with them. We had a great time. But that was kind of the craziest thing I've ever been in.
That's hilarious. I love that. I've just never heard of a women's tambourine conference. We need to do so. JV, we've just entered our permanent facility. Shout out to Pastor James and all the pastors of LINC who helped us make that happen. We are finally home. And I've got one request and one request only. We are having a women's tambourine conference, and we know you have experience.
I have a gift. I have a gift that
would you come and bless the saints? Could you just see that him coming full circle 20 years later? He's got to do another one.
I can't stop laughing. That is the funniest thing I've ever. A women's tambourine conference.
Listen, Lewis said Southwest Michigan chapter of the Women's Tambourine Society.
So like I've been to like a conference for LINC and stuff, and they had tables out front. Did they have tables out front with tambourines for sale and stuff, and those ribbons and all that?
They had. You better believe it. They sell it off. Plus, they had tacos and atole.
For that.
I mean, this is Mexico, baby. It was Mexico.
We'll go for that.
I'm showing up for the tacos. I'll be your armor bearer to get some tacos in Mexico.
You better bring your armor with you because you're gonna get whipped.
You're gonna get whipped. Though.
When I got done, I had whippings across the face and the neck.
You got me crying in here.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I was thinking. You was going to say he got up on stage and all you can see is these whip marks all over him. Oh, got me crying.
That's the way. That's the way to get the gospel right there.
Oh man, just beat up out there. I did it for the Lord.
Oh gosh.
Have you ever eaten Taco Bell?
Look at this silly comment.
That is such a disrespectful question.
This is a disrespectful comment, Lewis Boyden. Have you ever eaten Taco Bell?
You probably don't even know what that is.
Once you eat the real deal in Mexico,
thank you.
You ain't going to Taco Bell, baby.
Thank you. Tell him.
I got to put Lewis on blast. He went to Taco Bell 2 days in a row.
Yeah, he did.
Back to back.
He actually went to Taco Bell.
Once you have some good tongue tacos or some brain tacos or some ear tacos or some snout tacos. Once you go there, Taco Bell doesn't stand a chance.
I'm not gonna lie.
You just lost.
I'm gonna pass on the brain. I'm gonna pass on the brain. I eat the tongue.
Yeah, Denver will eat the tongue. That's so we went out. We were down.
You make that sound so.
We were in Miami. Me and Denver and a couple other guys, and they want to go to what are those things called? La Fritanga. People wanted to go to La Fritanga and go pick up some cow tongue.
Yeah,
and these guys are just sitting there slicing and eating. And Denver is like, I'll taste it. And he tastes it. I put that thing in my mouth, Pastor Juan, and that thing licked my tongue. And I said, there's no way I could not chew it, swallow it. I had to spit it out. So me and tongue are not friends.
I grew up on tongue.
That is lightweight. If I yelled to my wife Carla right now and she walked upstairs and I said, Carla, you tell me what your favorite taco is in the world, she'd say cow tongue taco.
Are you serious?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Okay, so you've eaten the wildest things in the world. I have to ask you, what is the craziest thing where you were like, I can't believe I'm eating this?
He just said brains.
Well,
I mean, it might get worse. I don't know.
No, but in Mexico, I think you guys know this, but grasshopper is normal. Grasshopper in southern Mexico is normal. It's fried and with a lot of salt, so it just tastes like salty fried food.
Died and laid to the side.
But in the mountains of Mexico, ant eggs taste like coffee. It tastes like coffee. It tastes like coffee.
I ain't never drank that coffee.
Do it like do they put in a cup and you strain it?
I don't know. I don't even know how they get it, but it's ant eggs and it's dark and it just looks like coffee. And then worms like gusano, like the worm they put in tequila.
No, thank you.
They eat that. It's maguey worms. It grows in the maguey plant, which are the big cactuses.
Yeah,
and there's a worm that grows in there, and that's what I ate.
Okay, Denver, can we talk about something else? Ask him another question. I don't want to. This is just, I can't do it. My stomach can't take it right now.
I'm sitting here thinking the pastors that are with us. So I'm wondering how this is helping them grow.
Oh, it's absolutely not.
It's telling them what not to do.
Exactly. So we didn't give him a whole lot of background on past. I remember sending you the text. I'm like, hey, I do this podcast called Pastors Unfiltered. Would you mind being on it? So we never even told you. So this podcast is actually not two pastors. It's two individuals who want to hear pastors' opinions on different subjects, or just to see pastors there you go. So yeah, it's some pastors are watching. Pastor James is watching. Pastor Natalie is watching. I see this, but yeah, it's primarily to individuals like, man, I just want to see pastors be real. And I'll tell you, we've had some text messages, we've had some emails where people are saying, man, this is so refreshing to see pastors as real people, because usually people have this like this almost angelic view of pastors, like I mean, that's probably what they see, but they revere pastors at a level where they're just like, they're unapproachable. What they do is unattainable. And so we wanted to give an opportunity for people just have real conversations, ask real random questions that they would love to ask pastors.
I love it. And look at that. I asked you a question for you to cast vision for the podcast.
Absolutely. We have another question here that's going to be awesome for the pastors. I hope pastors are watching this right now.
This it's on me.
No, I'm going to ask.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask this. This is going to be fun.
Yes.
Pastor Juan. I'm sorry. Just Juan. JV. Johnny.
Yeah.
As the president of LINC.
Johnny V. You can call me Johnny V.
Johnny V. Thank you. I just feel like. Go ahead.
I'll tell you how I got that name. Johnny V stands for Johnny Van. Okay, so you said that nobody can take this against anybody. So don't. I stole the van one day. So this is the deal. We're doing a 8-country 10 event tour with Maxwell, launching this initiative. We're on our way home. We're flying back from South America. We land in this is a private jet, because we took 35 people with us. We land in Panama City, Panama, to get fuel. 45 minutes, and I told Maxwell that it was a duty free. There was duty free shops in the terminal. He said, JB, let's go. Let's take everybody. So we take everybody to the terminal. 45 minutes later, we're ready to go back. There was these vans in the airport that took us, and nobody was there to take us back. So if you don't know Maxwell is a delight. He is awesome, but he is not a patient person. And he's like, JV, you got to do something. You got to do something. What are we going to do? We got to. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't run the airport. This is Panama City. That is the hub. That's the hub of Copa Airlines, which at that time was the partner with United and Continental when Continental was still alive. And so there's airplanes all over the place. Finally, I'm like, I got to do something. So I went through the door that we were at, went down below the terminal, and found one of those airport vans with a light on it, and the keys were in it. So I took it, and I went to the door. I'm like, give me the first group, because only like 12 or 13 can fit in it. So I sent down the first group, and I drove out through the tarmac, because our private plane was all
the way in the hangar. Oh my gosh.
It was all the way in the hangar. This was before 9/11. Through the 9/11 was 2001, wasn't it?
Yes.
2001. This was after 9/11. This was 2005.
Oh, wow.
So we're drive through the airplanes, out the tarmac, get the first group, drive back, get the second group, drive back, drop off third group, and I'm alone. And I come back underneath the thing, and there's police sirens, there's everything. And I don't know what happened, but when I parked the thing and jumped out and just started yelling at him. I said, where were you? Are you crazy? We have a group and this and that and there. And I think I caught him by surprise. And everybody just took a posture of, where's I said, I had to take the van and take this group out to their aircraft and this and that. I said, somebody's got to take me out there. So this guy said, I'll take you out there. He jumped me in the van and took me out there. We took off.
There you go. That's how you do it.
So Maxwell called me from there Johnny Van. Johnny Van.
I love that. You are forever Johnny Van in my book. You just gained so much respect in my book.
So he just admitted to a crime, number one. Number two,
federal offense.
He threw Mr. Maxwell under the bus also, or should I say the van? So now you're taking him down with you.
He's under the van.
And y'all going back to where'd you say Panama
City? He is wanted in Panama.
We'll delete this later for you,
Yeah.
Pastor.
Pastor, don't worry. This one we are not keeping. We're gonna keep your identity secure on this one. You will be referred to as Johnny Van from now on.
I know the Johnny V. You sound kind of like that's a Goodfellas type name.
Wait, hold on. Somebody said
Goodfellas. I like
Pastor
that.
Patrick Francis said Johnny stole the van. That's the great pastoral trading. Do something.
That's true. That's true. You did something.
All right, so this is a fun one. I love questions like this that come in. Johnny Van. So as the president of LINC, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. As the president of the LINC International Network of Churches, out of all the pastors, who do you think you can take one-on-one?
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Out of all the pastors, I can take them all.
You take them all? No, so you take them all one-on-one.
Now, Mutha, you're one of those pastors, and so I gotta be a
He
little.
said he's taking you.
He's taking me. Hey, listen, you stole a van and committed a federal crime. I am not coming up against you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Of all the pastors, okay.
Yeah, which one would you want to square up one-on-one? Just to do it, just for fun. Who would you want to square up with one-on-one?
And I'm sure, and we got probably Pastor Ross is gonna jump in on this thing, and of course James is here, and James works out a little bit. But who would I go? Who would I square off with?
Pastor Patrick.
You know who would be fun? Fun would be Paul Rosinski in Nuevo.
That is
Paul Rosinski. Now Paul is a friend, but he hung out a lot with a real close friend of mine who passed away from COVID. Matter of fact, Paul and I did his funeral together. But they were always playing tough guy. They're a tough guy. And it's that. So I just throw it out there for a challenge.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Pastor Paul. You have been challenged. That would be fun. Paul, he's tall, though. He's very tall. So
Paul's pretty tall.
He might have that long reach. You have to get up in there close. So that's fun.
Hey,
all right, Denver, you got
Pastor Patrick's talking crazy. Pastor Juan, he said that's a bad matchup, Denver. He said you don't want this, Pastor Juan. He said you don't want this.
So, do you know who Patrick Francis is out there in New York with
I do.
V1 Church? Yep,
I do.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right, Denver, you got another question?
Yes, I do. This is a good one. Knowing the things you know now, what would you say to yourself when you initially started pastoral work?
Don't do it.
Why do y'all all say that?
Thank you.
Every single one of y'all say that.
Every single one. Yes.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
Not because pastoral work is out of the box hard or anything like that. Anything you're gonna do big for God, you're gonna have challenges. You're gonna have you're going to have enemies, etc. I'm saying, for me, this is a personal thing. I don't consider myself pastoral. I still, even I told you guys, hey, you guys don't have to call me pastor.
So unpack that for us. What does that mean? You don't consider yourself pastoral, and unpack that for us for those who wouldn't understand what that means.
I don't believe God called me to plant a church and I hands-on pastor the church because I am pastoral. I'm a builder. I'm a builder. I would, if you think of the of kind of the analogy between a pastor and a rancher. Yeah. A pastor is watching over, and a rancher is building something, growing something, whatever it is there. I'm more of a builder. Okay. And I really launched our vision to create a type of church that was different in the Spanish speaking world. So and I didn't do it. I did it out of frustration. I did not have a vision of what it was going to be. I had a vision of what it wasn't going to be. And so I planted the church and then very quickly brought people on to pastor the church. And I was really a communicator, and I led the vision. I still lead our vision, but that's why I told y'all I am not hands-on pastoring. Why? Because that drives me crazy. People drive me nuts, and I'm just wild enough to put people in their place.
That's very true.
You know, you got people that have all these expectations and that want to put you in a box, and you're the pastor. You got to do it this way. And I'm going to be very cordial. Because I'm on a podcast with two men that I greatly respect, but I've told people with certain language that they crazy, that they better go find someone. You better find somebody else, because this place ain't going that way, and this guy ain't going that way. And
I love it.
And so the reason I said to not do it, because that question was pointed towards me, not in general, because I am not pastoring a church right now. And unless I am totally 100% out of my mind, in saying this, I will never, ever, ever pastor a church again. I will lead church movements I pastored 15 years. I get it. I can say I pastored, but I'm not a pastoral type. That is just not me. I am not a shepherd. I'm not a shepherd type of person, watching over and helping feed and grow the sheep. I am very much a rancher, a builder, and a grower. And so I need to stay in my lane.
That's good. That's good. He knows exactly how he's built, and that's what he's gonna do.
That's good. I never heard it put like that. A rancher, and that's good.
He's speaking my language. I love this.
See,
I'm learning. I'm learning. Hey, you're talking to this.
You're
pastor.
Blessing other.
You're
pastors.
blessing me. I'm taking notes. I love this.
See,
Thanks, guys.
I want to speak on something though, because Pastor Natalie Francis said, I agree with him. When Pastor Patrick said he was going to be a pastor, I asked, what? Why do you want to be poor and broke? Is that the plight of a pastor? Can you bridge the gap between money and being a pastor?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'll answer that real serious. Money cannot be your motive for anything to do with ministry. If money is your motive, do something else.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm talking about motive. In other words, you can't be pursuing money in ministry, or it's just not going to work. Now, having said that, there's nothing wrong with money. And if I'll just stick right to the pastorate, if you're a good pastor and you teach your people well, money for the vision and money, and you're part of that vision, that will be no problem. And money is just a tool. And so the more, the better. And if you're a giver, as we all should be, the more money in your hands, the better. And so there's always challenges. Obviously, there's different places that are more depressed economically than other places. And there's always that thing. But prosperity is prosperity wherever you're at. And if we do a good job of teaching our people, and we're that example and model, and we're givers ourselves, man, you will prosper, period. The word works. I don't care where you're at.
Come on.
That's good.
I love it. I love it.
That's good. How do you combat, like, because I know y'all both probably heard this, like, pastors aren't supposed to have any money, this and that. They're supposed to just do it for the Lord and all that. Like, how do you combat somebody that says that? Because I probably thought that way at one time.
You did,
but shut up.
You definitely did.
I did. You're right. You're right. I did. I apologize. I almost lied. I didn't. But what would you say to a person, just an outside person? Obviously, they're just either a church goer or somebody that doesn't even go to church. I know you don't. Huh?
No, that's a good question.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah.
So you could say you're wrong.
That's it. You're wrong. Drop the mic. Boom.
That's what he did to me.
Just as simple as that. Now, if you want to teach somebody about that, then you can do that. You both are people of the word, so you would know, what the word says about a person that dedicates their time to ministry. But everything goes back to the principles that govern finances. Yeah. And if I'm a sower, it started in Genesis 8:22. God established laws on earth, and there's 4 laws that will never ever pass away: day and night, cold or winter and summer. And the third one is sowing and reaping. And if I'm a sower, I'm going to reap. And if I sow money, I will reap of the same seed. And so I'm not going to be bashful or ask for forgiveness because the Lord's principles works. It's just wrong. The person that thinks that way, they just might be immature. They just might not understand. And obviously we're not going to attack that, but they're just wrong. And so I wouldn't give that much thought. One of my mentors, his name is Wayne Myers. He's an icon in ministry. Wayne Myers is 99 years old. He'll be 100 years old.
Wow.
And I believe it's August of next year. And we did a conference. It was a virtual conference, and he was speaking, 99 years old speaking, and his message to the world. And I'd recommend any book of Wayne Myers. You want books that will help you and teach you and encourage you and just and drive you wild with sowing and reaping. His message was live to give, live to serve, live to give, live to give. And he was my mentor. He was the first main speaker that I ever heard in Bible school when I was 19 years old. And his message revolutionized my life. And I said, I am going to live to give it all. Well, there's a problem with that. The more you give, the more God puts in your hands, because he's looking for vehicles to pass his blessing onto the world. And so it just happens. So yeah, the short answer is that person's just wrong. The longer answer is that they just don't understand.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. So Pastor James over here is saying that we're giving you softballs and we need to ask you tough questions. He feels like his questions were a lot harder than yours are.
Well, I'm going to say that he's a lot smarter. He's a lot smarter than I am. You guys need to just lob up those softballs and let me jack those babies.
Yeah. He said, I like to keep it easy. I like to keep it like soft and easy. Hey, I do have one question. Can I ask this question? Mm-hmm. So we've got about 4 minutes left on the show. Yeah. If you could take about 2.5 minutes to answer this question. There's been a lot about deconstruction lately, deconstructing our faith. And I just read an article and watched a video of somebody who was a prominent Christian artist, music artist, who has now just denounced their Christian faith. And so as people are going through, especially everything that happened between 2020, 2021, there's just this turmoil that people are questioning their beliefs and everything that they grew up with. And there may be somebody watching right now. Like I said, our audience is not all pastors. There's individuals who just want to listen. Some people are just flies on the wall and just saying, I'm not a Christian. I just want to hear this. Or I'm a Christian, but I've got real issues and I've got real struggles with some of the things that we believe. So what would you say for about 2.5 minutes or less to somebody who is struggling with their faith right now, who is questioning some of those foundational truths that they grew up in, maybe they even espoused, maybe they even taught? What would you say to somebody right now? And I love this because you say, I'm not a pastor and I'm not even in the pastorate right now. So as just a believer, as a Christian, what do you say to another believer who is struggling really with their faith right now?
Hey, number one is don't put yourself down. Don't condemn yourself because you're struggling, either inside the faith, or you're standing outside the faith, looking in, thinking, could that be real? I don't know. I have my doubts, and that's normal. That's natural. In the times we live in the things that you just mentioned, Muta, that are happening, obviously cast a lot of doubts and different thoughts into our mind. I would say this: number one, chill out, take a chill pill. That don't worry. Number two, don't base any of what you're thinking on people's actions, what other people say and other people do, because we're all human and we're all fallible. Is that, do you say that in English? That's the way you say it?
Yeah,
Fallible.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so don't go that way. Do not look at someone else. Do not listen to somebody else in their doubts and say, well, maybe they have. No, just open up your heart and tell God, whether you have a relationship or do not have a relationship with him, he loves you and he will help you in those doubts. The person that you want to step towards, the person you want to lean into, is the one that really has the answers and that loves you enough to show himself to you and help you in those doubts. And that's your heavenly Father. So just in a real simple way, whether you have a relationship with him or not, just say, Lord, I want to know the truth. I want you to help me. I want you to help me in my heart, and I'll be open. And I want to help. I want you to help me in my doubts, or I want you to help me see the truth. And if you'll do that, and you won't make some rash decisions or base your decisions on somebody else's experience, somebody else's words, somebody else's actions, or somebody that lived this life and now they're doing this. If you'll just set that aside and just open up your heart and say, Lord, I want to know you. Please show me you. He loves you, and believe me, he will respond to you.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. That's a good word. That's a good final word right there.
That's good.
It's been good.
It's been good. You've blessed more than just pastors tonight.
Yes. I mean, there's no
JV.
pastors watching outside of James Sonic. Just joking.
What is Mike? What is Mike?
Who's Mike? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I'm just joking. It was a joke, guys.
It didn't hit. It didn't hit.
See how they treat me.
It didn't hit. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all get a raise. Y'all get the king size Reese's now.
Hey, multiply 0 by 0. You still get the
win.
Hold
still
up.
on top.
One final word. Mama Lucy has a question. It's a hot question. Real quick. Answer this question and we can go.
Is a Cheeto a chip?
No, absolutely not.
You look like, are you serious right now? Like, no, absolutely not. I love it.
Why did you go to that, man?
It was a real question. The audience wants to know.
See, and the reason that I know that I have wisdom in as I live in Mexico, and we would have the same type of things, which would be pork skins that are just like Cheetos, and they're not chips. So it's that answer's easy, obvious.
See, this is a wise man.
He is smart.
A wise man. Learn. So thank you so much.
Good. That's good. You got linked up with LINC.
There you go.
Good.
Hey,
thank you so much for your time.
LINC is a great organization, and it's getting better. And we are so proud to have you all part of the LINC organization. You all are awesome. Thank you for allowing me to be on the podcast. What a great time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Pray us out.
You bet. Love it. Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you, Lord, for every single person that's part of this podcast, our audience, everybody that's listened in. And Father, we thank you for your blessing on their lives. We thank you, Father, for that today, amongst laughs and different conversations, fun conversations, that you'll do what you always do, or work in our hearts and help us to take the next step in our journey with you. We love you. We thank you. I thank you for the leaders that are part of this call, the podcast, and the organization. I bless their lives, and I thank you that you allow us to help others to see you. We love you. Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name. Thank you for Denver. Thank you for Muta. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
JV. Thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see y'all next Monday. Same place, same time. Have a blessed week.
Take care, guys. Peace.